Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Tonight, a special hour that I think is either going to make blood shoot out of your eyes or going to make you run right for Home Depot. Get the shovels, because you're going to need them. The government is trying to bury millions of businesses alive, and somebody has to help dig them out. Don't let Uncle Sam destroy our mom and pop shops. If you believe this country is great, but you'll be damned if you're going to let it murder your small business, it is time to bail out the small ones, not the big ones. Sit yourself down for a few minutes, pump up the volume, and come follow me. I'm a little sick of seeing GM, SEIU, Acorn, Citibank, and all the rest. I'm tired of all the big businesses. Hello, or should I say goodbye? This is kind of a funeral, I guess, today. We're holding kind of a wake, maybe, or an awakening for small business in America because it is being crushed, and the government has blood all over its hands. The Obama administration and both parties in Congress are forcing socialized medicine right down our throats. They are forcing unions to take over successful businesses, and the hijacking of contracts of workers under the interestingly worded Employee Free Choice Act. They're raising your capital gains taxes. And when that frightening cap and trade bill passes, energy prices are going to skyrocket, not just at your home, but also at the small business. How are they going to be able to afford to pay their utility bills? Online, small businesses are some of the fastest growing ones out there. Joining me now is a man who knows all about the threats that they are facing. His name is Patrick Byrne. He's the CEO of one of the most successful online retailers out there, Overstock.com. Also in the studio audience, we have a few other people. We have James Murphy and Lindsay Pyron. They are both the president and vice presidents of a small business in Ohio called EST Analytical. It's a company that sells analytical instruments to the environmental testing labs. Oh, do I hate you guys? The environment, I mean, you're not like green, really, are you? Oh boy, but they're here because they're also being crushed. Maureen O'Connor is an owner of a Center Sheet Metal. This is a business started up by her father in the Bronx, New York. She's here to talk about the new universal health care proposals and how it's going to affect her business. Everybody in the audience here is a small business owner. So let me start with Overstock.com, which my wife just got a package yesterday.
Think of the money she saved.
Yeah, that's right. Tell me about how your business is going to be affected here with what's going on.
Well, in general, just if we're talking about, for example, taxes, the common denominator is when you raise the cost of anything, people do less of it. And that includes if government raises the cost to businesses of starting up and employing people and hiring new people, they're going to do less of that.
Right.
That's not what we want as a country.
You're all small business owners. How many people are looking at the future and saying, "My gosh, I'm going to expand my business and hire a whole bunch of new people"? Two up here, three. Okay.
Trying.
You're trying. No, I'm saying I'd love to try as well. Is this the atmosphere that's going to do it? Are you going to hire them here?
Well, there's a lot of political risk out there, but if you can get past it and get the capital, there are opportunities that are once in a lifetime.
That's great. Everybody else? Okay. So if you're watching from home and you'd like a job, that guy's going to be hired. You know, the thing that I don't understand is when it comes to taxes, they really truly keep selling to people that, oh, well, these businesses, I mean, you're Overstock.com. You've got all this cash overstocked right there. And you'll just go, and you won't pass that on to the people.
No, and this is what they fundamentally miss. A tax is just the price that government charges for its services. And we are basically in a deal which says we'll give half our stuff, all of us collectively, half our stuff to the government in return for its services, in return for protecting us. Do we really think government is doing that good a job for the half of the stuff that it takes?
Yeah. No. Tell me a little bit about cap and trade, because I think of Overstock.com. I don't think of cap and trade affecting you.
Well, I believe I like market-based solutions to pollution. I liked it since Ronald Reagan was talking about it 25 years ago. I don't think cap and trade is. I would support a carbon tax. Cap and trade.
You would support a carbon?
Simple carbon tax rather than, certainly cap and trade has some big disadvantages because you get all kinds of manipulation in the market, and it creates an opportunity for Wall Street just to suck more income, more wealth out of the state.
How many people here believe that the steps that we've taken for the stimulus, and remember, Stephen Moore from the Wall Street Journal is here, correct me if I'm wrong, 70% of all new jobs are created by small business, right?
Yep.
How many people here think the stimulus package will create new jobs? These are 70%. How many people think it will create new jobs?
Amazing. Nobody. What about cash for clunkers? There's no automobile.
Is there anybody that runs an automobile? Is there an automobile dealer here? No? I mean, I can't imagine how that is. That's just getting people, is it not, Stephen? Just getting people to go buy the cars now that they might have been thinking about
That's
6 months
the whole problem
ago.
with stimulus, Glenn, is you know, it's like injecting yourself with morphine and saying, I feel so much better now. And then when you come down from it, and that's the whole experience with stimulus. Feels pretty good right now, although we still have 9.5% unemployment. But, you know, does anybody really think when we have to pay these debts off 6 months from now, things are going to be better?
Yeah, no. Let me go to James and Lindsay. You guys are from Ohio, and employment is fantastic there.
Yeah.
Great
Low unemployment coupled with low interference from government. You guys have a fantastic state government there. That's sarcasm, by the way. Tell me is it an 11 or 11.5% now unemployment in Ohio?
11.5.
Okay. And you guys you make instruments for environmental instruments, right?
For laboratories, right.
So what are
Testing.
you measuring?
Organics.
Organics. Fascinating.
Primarily, yeah.
Okay, so, but you guys, here we are in a green atmosphere. You guys do you make instruments to measure environmental stuff, and yet you guys are having a hard time?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, it's the EPA, it's EPA mandated technology. And there's not a lot of money going into that from the government. It all comes from government. Either government or industry. Let's say Ford and GM have to test, the oil companies have to test. Well, Ford and GM don't have any money. The oil companies do what they have to do. So it's not a growth market. It's the growth is in China. Here in the U.S., it's a pretty flat market.
Okay.
We have the same problems any small business does, plus the people that we sell to are contract laboratories that are another small business, and they've got the same problems, and it just all rolls downhill.
Okay. So you guys, when the government makes regulations for these other people, then like an oil company, then you make the instrument so they can be in compliance.
Correct.
And you're having a hard time selling it to even those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a growth market, I would think, with the way the government is regulating, that people would be beating a path to your door.
No. I mean, one of our competitors, who's much larger than we are, by the way,
Right.
is down about 38% this year in their sales. We were down about 25%, but we managed to secure a large order from China and get some of our Yankee dollars back, and that kind of saved us more on an interim basis.
How is healthcare going to affect you guys as a small business?
Oh, it's a killer. I mean, we pay 60% right now. We're one of those small businesses that's under 50 people. We pay 60% of the healthcare cost. We think we have a good healthcare program for our employees, and it's going to go now from 60% to 72%. And on top of everything else that's happened with the tax increases in January, we're an S-corp, so we're one of those bad guys too. It's really going to hurt. It's going to make it very difficult.
I just had a meeting with my staff, because I'm a small business owner. My company is called Mercury, and we're an entertainment company. We do all kinds of stuff. And I cover 100% healthcare. And we have the best that we could get for New York. This year, I think our healthcare went up 40%, and then the next year it was up like 47%. And they keep taking away options. This year when we renewed, the healthcare provider came into my office and he said, "Are you really going to pick that?" And I said, "Well, yes, as long as I can." And he said, "You are the last person in the state of New York that is covering your employees like this." And I said, well, I just had a meeting with my employees, and I said, I don't know how long I can do that, but we'll do it as long as we possibly can. But they're making it impossible. Does anybody else find it impossible? They make it impossible for you to do the right thing for your employees.
Yeah, we feel like if we keep the increase to 15 or 20%, that was a good year.
Yeah.
You know, and that's scary.
Let me go to Maureen. Now, Maureen, last year you have a A sheet metal.
Sheet metal company.
Weren't you you provided the sheet metal for Yankee Stadium, did you not?
Yes, we did.
So you had to have a